Hi guys, in this video I'll be sharing 5 things you must have before getting started with your web design business. These are things that I've found out along the way in my web design journey that I wish I knew when I was first getting started. It would have saved me a lot of pain, a lot of punishing clients, and it would have allowed me to grow my business quicker. Also, if you want to check out jameslittle.co, that's where I share the latest in growing your web design business. Let's get started. Hi guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is James Little and I help web designers and developers grow their freelance or agency business. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things you must have in place before getting started with your web design business. So number 1, having a high quality website. A high quality website is essential if you're really looking to bring on any sort of web design client. Would you want a website from a website designer when their website looks something like this? Make sure your design's professional and it shows who you are, what sort of services that you offer. Don't be afraid to check out other competition in your area or for people that are offering similar services to see what's on their website. If you've got a clear website, it's gonna make things a lot easier for selling your services because people will know that they're actually gonna be getting something of quality. If you have a basic website, then chances are it's not going to wow clients enough for them to come on board and agree that you're the right person to build their website. Number 2, invoicing structure. So the way I've started out with invoicing is 50% upfront, which acts as a deposit invoice. This is enough for a guarantee from the client where you're sure that they're committed enough to see through the project, while it's not asking so much that they're going to be hesitant because they don't necessarily trust you. Say if you were to ask for 100% upfront. So 50% is great for getting started. And then when you're getting towards the end of the project, say development has finished, obviously design's done at that stage as well, then you'd be asking for a 30% invoice. So that's going to be 80% in total, where the majority of the invoice has been paid now at this stage. And the final 20% is due after the final handover and all the QA and checks have been completed. Not only that, on that last invoice, what I recommend adding in is a recurring income and maintenance package invoice, where it's going to be basically a credit card form, where I'll be talking about in a few steps time for managing someone's website when they're just getting started and they've just moved things live. So it's going to cover backup, security, content updates, that sort of thing. Number 3, this is a bit of a boring one, but definitely important. If I didn't have this in place for a couple of projects, it would have cost me either the final invoice or a couple of other things in terms of what we'd promised for a project. Having a contract, this is the 3rd point, having a contract is the best way to really go about ensuring the client that you're working with is going to pay you. Now, this is the main things really to include is what's included in the service, what's the payment schedule as mentioned in the previous point, and what are the dates and deliverables that they can expect. Also, you want to be saying what isn't included, things like guaranteeing SEO results or server costs and ongoing maintenance costs, saying that that is going to be separate. What we use for managing this is PandaDoc. PandaDoc's an automated tool for creating contracts and allows you to automatically send out contracts to clients. And that's going to allow you to have everything organized in one place where if there's anything you need to review at a later stage, it's not like you're searching through hundreds of different folders trying to find where those contracts were. Number 4 is having a clear process and an SOP. So what this is having a clear structure where you can understand what different stages of your project are and what your client can expect when they're working with you. So it's going to make life a lot easier when you're first getting started because it allows you to understand how do we collect the data, what's the stages of design that we go through, how many design rounds are included, what's involved in development, what's involved in QA, and then once we've finished the site and handed things over, then what's the next steps? How do we take you to the next step, which is generally a maintenance retainer, and then also asking for reviews and potentially referrals. All right, so number 5 is a maintenance retainer. So this is something that you should be thinking about when you're first getting started. Even though you don't have clients necessarily, it's one of those things that comes up very quickly once you have your first client because you move a website live and there's bound to be small changes here and there, and it can be a little bit awkward and you might be unsure how to charge for these. So by having a clear package where you're offering maintenance services for security updates, WordPress updates, content updates, it's going to be very easy for you to push that to the client to say, this is how you keep your website up to date and we strongly recommend this. You've just invested in your website, it's the next logical step. And then in most cases, it's going to be an easy sell. And by having a clear understanding of your prices and what's included in them, it's going to make that conversation much more comfortable. By having those prices and clearly defined inclusions as far as what the package entails, you're going to have a much easier way of selling this to your clients when the time comes. Also, if you'd like to see this video where I go into more depth about this, then there should be a link around the video. Okay guys, if you got something out of the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It's really going to help my channel grow. Also, make sure you check out jameslittle.co, where I'll be sharing my latest videos that I upload every week for growing your web design, freelance or agency business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.